Hi and welcome to Kotak Stockshaala. I'm Vivek Mashrani. I'm a CFA chartered holder, MBA in capital markets with 15 years plus of investing experience. Now, what I've done for each one of you who are investors just like me, I have designed the entire course inside this Kotak Stockshaala, which will help you right from the scratch, from understanding how to increase the number of sources of your income to wealth building journey, and going deep into asset allocation. What is the right asset allocation for me? What kind of percentage I should put in equities? And further, how you can take decision in terms of large cap, mid cap and small cap also. Alright, so we learned about some of the powerful principles, and I also talked about how increasing the income is very, very powerful rather than just focusing on decreasing the expenses. That is one of the very powerful things. If you implement in your life, your wealth generation journey will completely change forever. Now, many people ask me, where do I put this money? Shall I just do FD or just I put real estate and so on and so forth? Now you need to understand that, hey, FD is great. It is good for safety. You can put money to park there for your safety and for your security. But you also need to understand that simultaneously you need to also grow your money. And why this is so important to understand is, if you see this graph, that every year in India, approximately so far, if you see the graph, 6% inflation has been happening. Now, if you first of all don't use that money to invest somewhere, like even if you don't do FD, then what happens is after 10 years, the value of that money downgrades by 50%. And the value of that money goes down by 70% after 20 years. So first thing you need to understand is, make your money work for you. If you don't let your money work for you, then it's of no use saving so much, because if you save and then it's not going anywhere productive, then it's actually not generating wealth for you in the long term. So first you need to understand that your first biggest aim is safety, which you can do through FD and any of the fixed income sources. But at the same time, your focus should be how to parallelly grow your money as well. And you need to grow your money more than inflation, which is 6% in India. So that is the definition of investing. That investment is the process of investing your savings into assets with the goal to grow your savings at a higher rate than inflation, ensuring that your savings retain and increases its value over a period of time. So if you're not increasing the value of your money, then the purchasing power, which means, today if you are able to buy something for 1 lakh rupees, if you just grow at a rate of inflation, after a few years also, you'll be able to exactly buy the same, products or services. So that is where you need to make sure that you also grow your money. And that is where I learned the second powerful principle when I saw this book, also when I read this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. One big principle which I learned is a concept of financial freedom. Now, all of you might be thinking here, how I can reach to a stage where money works for me and I don't need to work just for making money. I can work on my passion area. I can work wherever I want to work, from whichever place I want to work. Now, that happens only when you achieve a certain net worth. Now, what is net worth? Net worth is your asset minus liability. In essence, it is the worth of your financial thermostat, how much you own. And this definition is very powerful, where if your annual expenses, say for example, is 10 lakh rupees, if your net worth is 25 times of your annual expenses, that is like a basic financial freedom. Now think about it, like if your expenses are 10 lakh, 20 lakh a year, do you own assets worth 25 times, maybe 2.5 crores or 5 crores net after paying all the liabilities? So think about it. If you are not reached that stage, that means that there is a lot of work needs to be done. Okay, and when I read this book again, I understood that if you want to grow your wealth, you need to focus on accumulating appreciating asset. Now, a lot of investors ask me, Vivek, what is the definition of assets and how to know difference between asset and liability? And I give this very simple thumb rule. You can just take your hand like this and just do like this. So if there is money going into your pocket through any of the things which you buy, that means it's an asset. Which means, if you have got an FD, it puts interest in your pocket. You're getting money. If you have stocks, it gives you dividend and capital appreciation. If you have bought REITs, you are getting some dividend income and rental income. So anything which puts money back to your pocket is an asset, and anything which takes out money from your pocket is a liability. So your ultimate aim, if you want to achieve financial freedom, is to focus on accumulating, appreciating assets. Assets which grow over a period of time. If you ask me, like, say, what is car? Car is an appreciating asset or a liability? I would say if you are using it for your business, it could be an asset. But if it is your personal use, it consumes petrol, it takes insurance, you need to service it, it's a liability. Okay, so that is how you need to understand. And also try to make sure that at least in the initial phase of your compounding, initial phase of your wealth building, you don't take unnecessary loan. Only if it is needed. Like, say, I took education loan because I knew that by taking that loan, I can grow further in my life. So only those kind of liabilities you should have which can actually let you grow in future. But otherwise, you should not take unnecessary loans. Right, so we'll go deeper in terms of how to actually build your net worth in the next segment, where we'll learn, what are the key principles you need to focus, how you can create this entire cycle of accumulating, appreciating asset, and how you can be unstoppable, where ultimately you can even afford to have some liabilities without hampering your income generation. So I'll see you in the next video, where I'll go deeper into how to build your net worth and what is the process to make it happen. So I'll see you in the next video.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.